it's one of the shorter fasts of the year. And obviously, as we will come out of the fast in of its own right, we will read the Megillah. So I thought, this is the fourth year we are recording video on Fast of Esther. So I thought I will pick out a few excellent articles about the day of Esther, some different insights that we can use over to appetize our day and to make it more meaningful in of itself. So one of the questions that is posed is, why is this day called the Fast of Esther? Now, it's actually interesting. The question is that Esther called for a 3-day fast before she went to see King Ahasuerus. The 3 days lasted until the first day of Passover. So they fasted that year instead of eating the Pesach, the Passover festive meal. Now, we are making a fast on the day before Purim. And the question is that we can see that the reason given is because they probably fasted on that specific day, since they were praying to be delivered from the enemies. But if so, why is it called the Fast of Esther? Now, Esther's fast was naturally 3 days. It was a 3-day one, which included the first day of Passover. Obviously, the question is, we're not going to do that every single year. So why call this fast the Fast of Esther over here? And it's actually interesting. Rabbi Eliezer Zalmanov is going to address the answer over here, just using the Chabad website over here. It's actually, he will actually quote the famous Rabbi, the Lubavitcher Rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson, of great righteous memory, who will actually ask this same question and illustrate. His explanation was that Esther was the only one who could have fasted on that specific day. The rest of the people might have felt they should be fasting, but were not permitted to do, since they needed every ounce of strength to defend themselves against the wicked Haman, his, let's say, the venomous hordes. Esther, however, was sitting in the palace and was the only one who had nothing to fear, and so was permitted to fast. Since she was the only one who fasted that first time round, we call the fast after her. So many people will not actually know this specific reason in of itself. And very interesting. And then we've got it actually over here. Now, another excellent article that's actually, I think, comes from Rabbi Yehuda Allen, about 10 facts that every Jewish person should know within regards to this fast, because we're fasting over here, and many people will know some of the reasons, but let's get a broad view of the reasons why. So first of all, we know that this is one of the 6 fasts. That's the first thing that we can say. We know there's 10th of Tevet, Asar of Tevet, Shavas of Tammuz, 17th of Tammuz, Tisha B'Av, the 9th of Av, Tzom Gedalia, the fast of Gedalia, and obviously Yom Kippur and the fast of Esther. So we all know that as the first one. We all know also that this fast of Taanit Esther is the day before Purim. Sometimes it could be different depending on the various different dates on the calendar. So we know that most years fast of Esther is observed on Yud Gimel Adar, which is 13th of Adar, directly preceding the holidays of Purim on the 14th. Now, when Purim occurs on a Sunday, the fast is going to obviously be moved from Shabbat to the preceding Thursday. We can't do it obviously on Shabbat or on the Friday itself. Not move to Friday to avoid greeting Shabbat on an empty stomach. That's different, however, to Asar B'Tevet, because I remember, I think in 2025, just last year, Asar B'Tevet was on a Friday, and we then brought in Shabbat over there. Now, there were two fasts in the Purim story we know about. The fast of Esther commemorates the fast undertaken by the Jews in Purim story on the 13th of Adar. Naturally, that was the day before, the day they defended themselves against their enemies. This act of fasting and praying was intended as a means to, let's say, initiate divine mercy. Now, another period of fasting is also mentioned in the Purim story. Now, before approaching King Ahasuerus to plead for the Jewish people's lives, Esther asked Mordechai to organize 3 days of fasting and prayer for divine support in her mission at that point in time. Also, Esther also committed to fasting alongside her attendants during this time, which is very, very interesting. Some say that these fasts over here serve as a basis for the fast of Esther. Others, however, are going to disagree over here, pointing to the fact that these fasts took place in the month of Nisan and not in the month of Adar. Now, another reason is what Esther obviously gets the credit, and we said that before in the previous article we used, that it appears over here, is that why is it called Esther? Because the Jewish people wished to fast on the 13th of Adar. They could not actually do so because it would take away the strength, and undermine the ability to fight. Instead, they vow to fast on a later date. Esther, who spent that day in the safety of the royal palace, was the only one who actually fasted. So some people will not know that. And we're telling you that now, friends, over here. Now, obviously, we know that this fast starts at dawn. Everyone gets up this morning. We actually had... I got up in the middle of the night, and obviously we're in the middle of a war at the moment at the time of recording, and rockets have been coming out. We actually had to sleep until... I had to sleep until 7. This morning I did get up at like 5:20, so I looked at my clock. I thought to myself, can I eat or not? And I couldn't, because it's the fast started half an hour before in Bet Shemesh. So obviously, obviously you should really do a stipulation also the night before if you want to get up in the middle of the night and eat. Okay, but why it begins at dawn? Unlike the fast of Yom Kippur and Tisha B'Av, which start at sunset the previous night, the fast of Esther starts at dawn, provided that one plans to wake up early for a snack, food and drink may be consumed throughout the night until dawn. So to be honest, last night I did get up, and I said to myself, if I would get up at like 4, for one reason or another, if there was going to be a siren or something, then, I'd be open to eating. So I already stipulated it. But albeit I got up anyway for another reason at like 5:20, but it was too late. Okay, we know there's special tefillot also added on this day. Slichot, the penitential prayers, are recited accompanied by the longer version of Avinu Malkeinu here on this specific day. During the Amidah prayer of the afternoon service, we know that we're going to say different communities say different textual information. Anenu is included in the Shema Kolenu Tefillah, in the blessing itself. And I think in years when the fast is not immediately followed by Purim, Avinu Malkeinu is said after afternoon services as well, since Tachanun is said in that specific instance in of itself. So very, very interesting. Anyone tuning in live at the moment, welcome to our community. As we are exploring, it's going to be Taanit Esther. It is Taanit Esther today, and it's going to be Purim tonight. So I thought I would say over a few words within regards to this important fast over here. So very, very important. We actually illustrate it and come about. So if you're here for the first time and you're listening, welcome to our community, and wish you all a happy Purim and just safety for all of Am Yisrael. And just blessings to everyone and safety all over the world. Be'ezras Hashem. We're going to see the rebuilding of the third Bet Hamikdash hopefully today. And Purim is just going to be something theoretical at the moment. That's something I will very much have to point out over here. So very, very interesting. Okay, so let's explore a few more ideas over here. And welcome to everyone also that you are live. Okay, so another insight we can say over here, just using excellent article over here. The Torah is read twice over here. As on the fast days, the Torah is read twice during the morning and afternoon. Both readings speak about the aftermath of the sin, the Avera of the golden calf, when Moses successfully interceded on the Israelites' behalf and obtained forgiveness by their sin. After the afternoon Torah reading, the special fast day of Torah is also read. Half coins are given to charity, machatzit shekel. We know that in the times of the Bet HaMikdash, every Jewish people would make an annual contribution of a half shekel coin towards the purchase of communal sacrifices. These coins were generally collected in the month of Adar, in commemoration before the afternoon service on the fast of Esther. It's customary to give to charity 3 half coins of the standard local currency, $3 half in the United States is what's stated over. The rabbi says over here, I think Rabbi Yehuda Allen, and it might be done at a different time if necessary. 2 more ideas over here. Obviously, we all know we're going to be hungry at the time of Megillah reading because the fast is broken after the first Megillah reading over here. So there will be some appetite over there, but obviously this is going to be different if Purim is on a Sunday. So then there's going to be a 2-day gap. And one last insight over here with regards to this magnanimous day, that we know that it merges seriousness with excitement, the 2 things together. Why is that? Fast days and days of repentance are opportunities to reflect on and improve our spiritual conduct. The fast of Esther fuses these, let's say, sentiments, solemn sentiments, with happiness, as anticipation amounts for the festivities soon to follow. The difficulty of fasting is often barely felt during Purim preoccupations because we are preparing the matanot levionim, helping the poor people, mishloach manot, giving gifts of food to friends and family, and the menu for the next fest day. So friends, I'm going to leave it over here. Wishing you all a happy Purim, a meaningful fast at the moment. And don't forget, everyone, if you are new here over here, suggest to your friends, join our community over here, and watch your space. We're going to do some action also, and a short message for Purim also today. So wishing you a happy day, a Purim Sameach, and take care, friends, and be well. Thanks for watching, everyone. and appreciate. Wishing you all a fantastic day.